Hey everybody, so this can be a little quick video about the different possibilities or different ways these older Sram flat bar shifters, basically the different methods of cable installation. I removed it. Actually, I've got three examples. I removed them all from the handlebars. This is basically it's an X7. The left side there, that's how it was attached, so got it removed from the little perch here. You don't necessarily have to do this. I mainly did it just for ease of basically just showing how you do this. With any of them, first thing you want to do before you remove the old cable is go ahead and let all the slack out of the shifter, or as it would be, maybe in the smallest cog. So on this particular X7, there's just, you can see this little rubber cover there, a little door that you just pop it out, and then you can see the end of the cable head there. And sometimes you have to rotate it a little bit because it usually gets a little slight bend in it from rotating around the little ratchet wheel. Just looking through there, you can see daylight where it goes through the little pocket where the cable head gets secured, and then just all the way through to the adjusting barrel. So sometimes it's a little, probably the trickiest part is actually fishing it through the small hole there and then through the adjusting barrel. So I have one here in just a bit where sometimes it helps if you actually remove the adjusting barrel temporarily to get that cable through. So it's a little bigger hole to fish it through there. So in this case, this particular version, once you get the cable in, you just put your little dust cover back on. So probably 9 times out of 10, or the majority of the time, you're going to be replacing your housing as well. The old cables had some metal or the aluminum ferrules on there, which a lot of times I'll reuse those, but this particular case, they had some little divots that made reinstalling difficult, so I just used some of these little plastic ones there. So I've got new housing cut basically the same length as the old ones, as they were an appropriate size, and so I just matched them up to the old ones and cut new ones. You want to take a pick or something and open up that little Teflon liner inner tube there. I put a little slick honey on there. Some of these ferrules are a little bit difficult to push on, so that kind of helps that thing slide on there all the way. So got that in, you're ready to hook it up. So this is a different style. This is an older Sram X9, and this one, there's basically the 3 different methods. You get that little flap, you got this one where you remove the cover, and then from there you can see basically everything is exposed. It's the tricky part on these is kind of negotiating around all those springs and everything, or that's one thing. So you can see the little black spring. Sometimes it's easy to get those disconnected, and then that little silver spring there, it's as you can see, as I'm putting this new cable in, I accidentally get that one disconnected. Have to reset it back up. But so the second little tricky issue on these is getting that cable initially through that little red ratchet wheel there. So you need to, sometimes if you put a little bend in it there, I don't know, I'm using new cables here. This would be pretty much impossible if you had a cable that was already cut, and it would want to fray apart and everything. So you definitely want to be using new inner cables. And I've just found on this, you gotta kind of just put the right little bend on it to get it to go around that curve. You might be able to take a small screwdriver or a pick and kind of help guide it through the little the hole there, the little opening. I just took a couple little tries here, and once we got the right kind of bend on it, and I had to kind of help push it a little with the pliers there to get it inside the little hole, exit hole there in the shifter. And in this case, I went ahead and removed the adjusting barrel just to make it that much easier to get that thing fished through there. So eventually got it. At this point we can You know, you can see the spring there that I got. It's off the little perch, so we need to, once we get our cable and everything through here, get that reconnected, and then we can put our cover back on. So one thing with, you know, these shifters, honestly they're pretty easy to work on if you have to do any work on them. You know, it's a good idea periodically to, if you're switching the cables, maybe shoot some lube or something in there just for preventative maintenance. But, you know, definitely they don't gum up and stuff like Shimano shifters. So anyway, yeah, we're putting our cover back on. Little screw there that holds. Sometimes there's a little Allen screw, and sometimes it's this little thumb lock type, whatever screw, wing nut looking thing. So this is the other style. It's basically similar to what you would see on Shimano shifters, which it's just a little plug that you remove with a flathead or a Phillips screwdriver. Once you get that out, you know, if you're in the lowest gear, then you just are the numerically lowest gear or highest gear there. So basically where all the slack's out, it just pops right out through that little hole. And same thing, just put your, kind of just got to stab it through there, and then find the small opening in the anchor bolt, the little adjusting barrel there. So slip that on through, put your little plug back in, and then you're all good to go. So yeah, this is the basic 3 types that are pretty common on these SRAM flat bar trigger shifters, mountain bike, whatever. So anyway, hopefully you found the video helpful if you're stuck trying to figure one of these out, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.